Folks, I have been a meteorologist for the majority of the past 30 years here in Florida. And I can tell you, I don't remember a cold air invasion this intense this early in the season. May have happened, but I certainly do not remember it. You're going to need the coats. You're going to need to dress in layers. Some serious cold is on the way. I'm Chief Meteorologist and Climate Specialist Jeff Baradelli, also known as the Weather Professor. So let's talk a little about the science behind this. The polar vortex, which is usually gathering cold and intensifying way up in Canada this time of year, has decided to pay us an early visit. And the whole thing is going to push south, the core of the coldest air right across the Great Lakes, the Northeast, the Appalachians. And the way it's inverted, it's going to be forcing all that cold air right down top of the Sunshine State. So we're talking some really cold air moving in. It'll be warm and humid over the weekend, almost summery. And then all of a sudden, Monday, it'll become blustery. And on Tuesday morning, this is what you're going to wake up to temperature-wise. It'll be near freezing in the northern part of the state. Could be a couple of upper 20s. Look at Crestview. We're going to see low temperatures as low as 34 degrees in Crystal River on the Nature Coast. The I-4 corridor, 39, 40, 41, 42. Look at Tampa, 43. Even Cape Coral gets down to 44. South Florida gets in on the act. Look at Vero Beach at 46, Jupiter at 55, Miami at 55. Then you factor in winds around 10, gusting to 15 miles an hour on Tuesday morning. Now you have wind chills anywhere from I-4 north in the 20s. 29 will be the wind chill in Crystal River, 26 Tallahassee, 29 in Jacksonville. Even Vero Beach is going to feel like 41. Look at Tampa and look at Cape Coral and Fort Myers, 38, 39, 40 for feels like temperatures. Miami is going to be chilly at 53. But this is, I think, the most shocking part of this. I'm calling it a shock to the system because we're going to feel like 85 to 90 over the weekend, especially Saturday afternoon. Then Tuesday morning, we're going to feel like the 20s and 30s. And so the change in feels like temperature is going to be about 50 to 55 degrees. And there's going to be the threat for a serious deep freeze across a lot of the southeast and across the northeast as well in the Ohio Valley. But some of that freezing weather will probably get as far south as extreme North Florida. And even in northern parts of the Tampa Bay area and Orlando, if the wind goes light on Wednesday, we could actually see the ground temperatures cool off enough so that frost begins to form. Even if the air temperatures are, let's say, 37, 38, there's a very thin layer near the ground which can get as low as 32. So you have to take those sensitive plants inside. I'm Chief